best dirty lemonade, dirty lemonade. The best dirty lemonade, dirty lemonade. Dirty said it was the best and put it in the name. The best dirty lemonade, dirty lemonade.
You're doing great, Best Dirty Lemonade.
So listen, man, Mariah, thank you for joining us.
Thanks. Sorry I was late, guys.
No. I don't mean joining us here on the episode. I don't mean... This is just my second Flower Expo.
Right.
And I feel like this is almost like an anniversary of sorts, right? Because you have just started working with us, and you helped design our last year's Flower Expo experience.
That's
and
crazy.
It was such a great experience that we decided to come back this year. So here we are, Flower Expo 2025.
I know. I had a lot of FOMO because you and Cornell were here, and I looked cool as shit, so I'm really excited to be here. This is cool.
Great. And you know, in addition to you being here, we do have Kara. She is an amazing artist that you guys will learn about, making the best type of art in the world. It's smokable art.
Wow. Before we even get into how cool she is and who she is, Kara, can you like walk us through this? Like,
sure.
I feel like everyone needs to see this.
Is that a 14 millimeter bong over there?
I have no idea, but we
See
should
if
find
it
out.
is. Let's see if it is.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I got it. Hey, do you want me
So I'm
to?
gonna
Here, I have a tray. Do you want me to clean that out?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't even need
I
this.
don't even need it.
What?
So this is tulip joints. So basically, it's inspired by a Dutch tulip joint, which is out of Amsterdam. And it's this top portion, only much smaller, attached to a normal joint. And I have rolled those many times, but I don't like the way they burn for the sole reason it's hard on the transition. And sometimes it gets top heavy and just your ember falls off.
Yes.
So I tried to make it better somehow. So like I compress the flour in there really tight when I roll it. And I make sure there's a hole down the center so the airflow is perfect. And when you have that hole down the center, the embers around the edges, so it's going to perfectly draw and optimally burn the whole way down. So with this one, it'll fit in a 14 millimeter bong. You can rip it through the bong. You can also fold up the paper around it. And it's an ash catcher for when you're ashing. Once it smokes down to about here, that is when you can start dabbing through it. So you could drop a piece of temple ball, rosin, whatever you want to dab, and it'll dab through the water, through the bong, and have it right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're this is very intentional.
Yeah.
This is so interesting.
Yeah.
So can we even go back? Like, who are you and how, like, what do you do? How did you get into this?
So a good argument could be made for like junior year of high school when I got promoted to being the designated roller of all my friends.
I feel like that's such an honor. I don't roll. I don't know how to.
It sucks because then no one ever rolls themselves.
You're right, because I'm probably one like your friends in high school, even though I'm in my 30s now, but I don't roll at all. I stuff a cone. Like, I'm not the person you want in your session, right? So, yeah, I apologize, but that's an honor. I feel like I always want to be with the person who knows how to roll the best.
It's cool because I like teaching people how to do it.
Okay.
I make it easy for people, and I've taught rolling classes in the past. And, like, I've even had people who are stroke victims who just can't get the dexterity down with their fingers.
Yeah.
So I teach them other ways to do things. And, like, I had this one woman and her husband, like, her and her husband just could not roll. And so I had them take, like, a cylinder that was around the size of what they wanted to smoke out of.
Yeah.
And then I had them wrap their papers around and seal it to that, slide it off, pack it like a cone, and then you can just plug filters in at the end on the other side after you twist off the opposite side. Sorry, I get people lost sometimes.
No, that was amazing.
That's really special.
Amazing.
That's like really, really special.
It's cool. It's cool. Like,
So
it's kind of changing the stigma a little bit about it, you know, because like it can be fun, but it can also be like something useful that someone can actually like consume their medicine with.
Yeah, you're making it like really attainable for people. Sometimes I feel like if I don't have what I need, if I don't have a cone, if I don't have my glass, I'm like, ugh, that's it. I guess I'm not smoking, you know? But that's something I do
In a lot of after-school arts and crafts programs.
I love that.
And it really translates to everything I'm doing now when it comes to like hemp wick and like gluing papers together like origami. I was an origami nerd as well. So
Okay, so walk us through this. Walk us through like what you used to do, what you loved, and how you got here.
So I just won the Raw World Rolling Championship, and I never thought I would like even place because it's a worldwide competition.
Wow.
Hold on. We're not going to gloss by that. Because you said it so fast that I don't think people really understand the magnitude of who you are and what you now mean to the community. Now, you always meant something to the community. But, like, to the stoner culture, this is amazing.
It's cool. It's really
So you won the Raw, as in the rolling paper, that's the predominant rolling paper, the Raw World Championship.
Yeah, I was Rookie of the Year this year.
So that
It was my
means
first year in the competition, and I was Rookie of the Year.
they said that your smokable art was so cool that you're the best in the world.
You're the best in the world.
I'm the best rookie in the world.
It doesn't matter. You're the best in the world.
Next year, I'm taking first.
Okay.
I'm going nuts. I think I'm going to start in August.
So when's the competition?
They do it every 420. I need a good amount of time to get the molds down and all my 3D prints ready. Oh, yeah, getting a 3D printer is life-changing for rolling because, like, literally, you could make a bong a joint by just taking, like, blunt glue. They have it. It's called glue gar. And you can dip a paper in it and then just paper mache a blunt, like, out of, like, your bong. You just take an X-Acto knife, you just slice it down the edge, and you just pull off the shell. And then you have this big shell, and you just take papers.
Hold on. Do me a favor. We're not going to give anybody else who's thinking about this competition.
People to get creative. I want people to get creative like my peers. I want like competition to be creative.
I love that. She's saying she wants the competition. She welcomes the smoke.
That means like we was made
community together because like we have a rolling group. A lot of the professional rollers around the world have this Instagram group that we all keep getting deleted from because like Instagram hates us.
Yeah.
And
We know.
it's funny because you'll go to like the users and it'll be like a couple profiles and then like unknown users.
Yep.
And then we find them and we bring them back in, and it's been a really cool community. We share like what kind of scissors we use and like our Fisker trimmers and things like that. It's just we learn about it.
So cool. I didn't even. So first of all, I'm just ignorant and didn't even know that this was like an official thing. Like this is so powerful and so cool on so many levels. Like. Number one, like, yeah, you're really making waves in the community. And, like, I'm a terrible roller, and so I just decided I wasn't going to learn. But now you're really empowering me to just
You can do it. Anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. It's literally like, it's not brain surgery. And a lot of people just can't hand roll. I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
It takes me 10 minutes to roll a hash hole. Some of these guys on the West Coast takes them like 2 minutes. With the Tim added on. For me, it takes me a long time. I'm a creative roller. I'm not a fast speed roller.
Listen, Kara, I use, you know those raw, like their machines, the roller machine? That is what I use.
That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I will not shame anyone for using a roller machine because like it has nothing to do with that. It's your end product.
Nice.
I used a rolling machine in the past. If you put a really nice crown on the end of that and you put a glass tip in there, it's luxurious no matter what you do. You have a really nice wrap on there. The flower is the most important.
The most important part is the flower.
Yeah. So true. Wow.
Yeah.
This is really awesome. Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about the competition? When was it? How did it go? Like, how did you even prepare for it?
What did you enter?
I entered like okay. So do you remember when we were kids and we were sent home with the shoebox and you had to make like a nature scene?
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Like a seascape.
She's also a former teacher, so she gets it.
The diorama.
Absolutely.
I made a canorama. Everything in this little installation piece was completely smokable. There was a braid tree. There was a cattail canagar. There was a frog. There was a turtle. There were daisies, there were tulips, there were everything. Like I went wild. And
How much weed do you think you used on this?
about a half a pound.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a half a pound. The turtle alone was like, I think 4 or 5 ounces.
Wow.
Did you
And then
smoke
the
it
frog
after
was
this, after
3.
the competition?
Oh yeah, we had to smoke them on film because
Oh, no way.
you had to prove that it works.
It's like the whole.
Did you smoke? I'm getting excited.
I know.
Did you smoke the turtle on Instagram?
Not on Instagram. I had Colin Chabot and Paul Russo. They are the photographers here right now.
Yeah.
I had them at Nika, and I was like, I need one of you at Fenway when I light the frog, and I need one of you at Royale when I light the turtle.
I saw somebody smoking a frog, and that tracked.
I need to see it. Send me, if you find this video, I need to see this.
It was kind of funny. So I usually keep the roaches, it's kind of like a memory type thing, And I was walking back to my car, and there was still a huge cherry. I was still ripping the frog on my way back to the car to go to Royale. And I see these two homeless men who are on the bridge near Nudia. They're always there, and one of them has a dog. And so, one of these times, I'm just going to bring them a bag of dog food because I like my heart. And so I said to them, I was like, you guys burn? And they were like, yeah. I was like, I handed them the frog, and they were like, what is this?
Right.
But it was funny. They really appreciated it. So,
Oh my God.
Cool.
You were cool as fuck.
Oh, thank you.
Like
I said, in my 30s.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm so excited to know you now. Wow.
You know what would be really cool? And I'm high, so this is maybe not a great idea. But if Halloween, you did some kind of sketch, right? Where somebody's shake somebody's hand and their finger comes off.
Oh.
But it's smokable.
Joint.
A finger joint.
Your severed finger joint.
Yeah.
I like where you're going with that.
Almost like, the Addams Family?
Yeah.
What, the hand thing?
His name is Thing, yeah.
His name is Thing?
His name is Thing.
So, what if somebody...
A thing.
Yes. But it's a little gruesome. Fingers are getting cut off.
But people also make food that looks like severed body parts and eat them around Halloween.
Oh, I didn't
That's a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the apple juice when they put the little grape in
Exactly.
there. It's like an eyeball.
It's an eyeball.
Yes,
People love that.
yes.
Kids love that.
Exactly. There's jelly, cookies that look like fingers and there's jelly on it. It's wild, but it's kind of cannibalistic, but it's all good. But I would
yellows
definitely
would be better
smoke.
than food.
For sure, I'm definitely smoking a hand. Yeah, absolutely. So how did you prepare for the competition?
So,
Hold on. What do you think about just be raspberry?
oh my God, I love it. I was telling him it's like a fancy dancy blue Kool-Aid crossed with like a glacier ice Gatorade.
Does it give you some with style
Lemon and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Very refreshing. Thank you for the refill.
No worries. We got more.
Yes. Okay, so talk to us about how you prepare. Yeah, and how far in advance? How does this work?
So I started in, I think, January. Okay. And it was an April 20th release of, all your photos had to be submitted by then.
No.
And so I had a lot of competition, and I have a really great friend in the industry. His name's Pete Dunbar. He works for Perpetual.
Shout out to Pete.
And he introduced me to Micro Center.
Okay.
That's where you can go get 3D printer stuff.
Yeah.
And so he set up my 3D printer for me. And it was literally the best thing anyone could have done for me because I just went nuts after that.
So wait, before you even go into this, right? And it's probably a dumb question. Essentially, I know what a 3D printer does, but what is a 3D printer?
So this is 3D printed.
Yeah. So basically, you have this this arm that you can go forward and back, side to side, and all different directions.
Okay.
And it goes over this plane. And it disperses this filament like a plastic material.
Right.
And it prints it. That would probably have been printed flat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's printed like this. I'm sorry. And then, so the first layers are black, right?
Okay.
Until it gets to a certain height. And then the next layer is yellow. And the next layer is white. The next layer is red.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay, so now that I have this down, how did you use this 3D printer for the competition?
My friend Pete showed me how to 3D print turtles. And we started with this little geometric turtle, and then I was looking at it, I was like, that's going to be a little challenging to get off the mold because of all the facets it had.
Yeah.
And so then I found, he introduced me to this one website where you can find certain prints and you can modify them. And it's really cool. So we found a turtle and you could modify the size depending on how big you wanted it. And I was just like, let's go big. And I went big on it and it was about this big. And the coolest part about it was just like that it was my very first one.
Wow.
The turtle was my first 3D print joint, and I won with it.
So we need to find the photos of this so we can put this in this video. We have to have these photos.
I love that that's your thought, because my thought is we need to get like a 3D printed like lemon head, right? That we can then
Smoke on them?
smoke.
For sure.
You print it, I'll make it.
Well, hold on. We didn't go to Micro Center.
Okay.
So you might have to.
Yeah, send me a logo.
Okay.
I'll see what I can do.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I started with the turtle. I started progressing into, I went on Amazon. I just had a field day with like fake grass and shit like that.
Yes.
I went nuts. And then it all came and I was putting it in this little like plastic terrarium that you put like a reptile in.
Yeah, I know.
You know? Trying to get like some theatrics in there. And so then it started going nuts and I was like, maybe I could make a frog. And there's kind of a funny story behind the frog too. Like when I was a little kid, I caught a bullfrog and I brought it home. And my mom was like, Carrie, you can't keep that. You know, it's like it has babies and it needs to get home. Like she was like, don't get this frog in my house.
Yeah.
And I kept was like, Mom, please, can I have the frog, please? And she was like, I'll go buy you a frog. And she thought I would forget.
Yeah.
But what little kid forgets when they're promised?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Frog. And just completely. Until she finally took us to the pet store. Me and my sister had to get something too. So she got a lizard.
Oh
And
my gosh.
the frog and the lizard cohabitated and lived for like 13 years. And she had to feed it crickets every day. And they would get loose in the house.
This was probably the worst mistake your mom's ever made. To this day, she probably would say that's the worst decision she's ever made.
So I did a bullfrog. It was kind of like nostalgic a little bit.
What was your childhood frog's name?
Slime?
Slime.
What was the lizard's name?
Lizzie.
Lizzie and Slime.
Lizzie and Slime.
Slime.
Oh my gosh. I feel like, you definitely recreated slime and got the smoke out of it. Like, that's huge.
And it was kind of like that metaphoric thing, like, you know, like smokable art. Someday you gotta let it go.
Yes.
So it was like letting the frog go.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is like healing your inner child. You're healing my inner child right now.
I don't know. I just like to keep it light and like, you know, like happy. You know?
So speaking of letting it go, let's light this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I have such an emotional connection to this right now.
Do you have a lighter?
I have a lighter set right here in my bag.
There's a little bit of residue from the bong, but we could rip it to the bong.
Whatever you suggest. You know, whenever I go to a fancy restaurant and they ask me, what temperature do you want your salmon? Whatever the chef recommends.
That's a good answer.
And right now, you're the chef.
Yes.
So whatever you recommend.
I'm so excited for this.
You seem like
So it just needs like a slight ember on the end. Doesn't have to be like super. And if it lights on fire, let it stay straight up. It'll burn itself out when it's ready to lip draw.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, though the way you light something is going to be the way it burns the light through. So you got to kind of like.
So, little secret. I met her years ago and I've never smoked this. So this is the first one.
Wow.
Actually, I have outside of Mikan 2 years ago. But this is the first one that was rolled for us.
Okay. This is cool. Wow, that is so cool. So whenever you created this, right, like this was very intentional. Was this an accident or did you have to figure out like, how am I going to catch these ashes?
That was completely unintentional.
Love it.
Yep. It's usually just aesthetic effect.
Yeah.
But, like, I just figured it out one day while I was high. And then, like, one day I was kind of like, I wonder if I could rip it through a bong. And it was a little bit, like, different. But, like, I'll show you, right? So, like, I was just sitting on my couch, I was smoking, and I was like, it would be really cool if I could run it through water somehow. And so then I realized that you could either cop it or you could...
Wow. My God.
And
This is amazing.
This is amazing.
an ash catcher, where you can squeeze it out. So there's an ember, and there's going to be a hole down the center once it starts cutting a little bit bigger and a little more ashed off. If you drop a piece of like rosin or temple ball in there and go through the rig, it's smooth and it's like it'll infuse the entire joint too because it melts right in.
Now, there's already hash rosin in there.
There is hash rosin a year in note.
Okay,
Can we hold your mic?
please.
Wow. I can see that hit in your eyes.
And I'm very... Matt had to turn his mic off. Matt had to turn his mic off. Please make sure he had to turn his mic off. Make sure that's in there, okay? All right, I'm really excited. I'm intimidated, but I'm here for this.
And the cool thing about that is usually they burn best in an upright because sometimes at that angle it can, affect the burn a little bit. It'll level out once you like turn it. But really cool feature is that like you can smoke absolutely every bit of that weed when it's in a bong because it doesn't matter. You can just keep lighting it even if it's unevenly burned and you think one end's done.
This is amazing. You are now listening to a dead person. It's like I just died.
Yeah. Or are you alive in a new dimension? Or are you alive? Was this a rebirth?
And yet, here it comes back.
Yeah, and it's back. This is super cool. Kara, this is like even more than just... This is so much more than like recreational fun. This is so special. And you can feel how special.
It to be like special occasion things.
Yeah.
It's a niche item. It's not an all the time thing. Like it has to be a limited release, small batch, and that's all I really want. Like, and I want to work with good people, because I worked with Paper Crane, and I love these people. These people are such good humans. And they treat their
What makes it good? What makes them so special?
The way they treat their employees like family, and it's not like one of those toxic work situations. So it's like, oh, we're your family type thing. But like, it's like these people are genuine. And Bowie is a social equity business. Him and Lisa, they own Paper Crane, which is an outdoor grow. And outdoor flower is absolutely beautiful for pre-rolls because it retains the stickiness. And it also just the sun terps is perfect. And outdoor flower is not necessarily beautiful like indoor controlled flower, But I love the flavor that you get out of their bud. And we entered Best in Grass with one of our tulips. The Sour Diesel got entered.
That's amazing. So how does that work? What category is this in at Best in Grass?
There really needs to be a category for it. But
Now, hold on. To be clear, I'm not smoking any more of this with you.
What?
This is kicking my butt.
I can see it in your eyes.
But you know what? I ain't no hoe, so I'm going to smoke some more.
I was about to say, we will not let you live this down. As I keep my mic turned...
Peer pressure him, but it's kind of
No, please. As I turn my mic off because I keep coughing.
Well,
You're looking at like a G.
so everybody's looking at me.
I know.
It's like, you're smooth, though. You're smooth. Oh, my God.
So funny. It took me a long time to like really learn how to hit a bong without like choking everywhere. Took me a long time doing that.
Me too. I still can't do it.
Those people who can just clear whole slides.
Yeah. No,
There's something wrong with those people.
You can tell this is not their first go around. Cool.
So
Well, listen, tell people where they can follow you and find you.
I'm on Instagram. I'm the Cannabis Manicurist 420.
I love that. And shout out to Instagram, because hopefully you won't have any more problems.